As you can see, I've played 55 hours of Delta Force Extraction Mode operations so far. All but 36 minutes of that have been this season in Season 5. I am a beginner to this game. The point of this is, as I now approach 10 million in the bank, and as we saw there, 71 million of assets, I've become a bit of a proficient loot goblin. I'm pretty decent at raiding. It's allowed me to level up all my black site to a decent level relative to how long I've been playing the game. And I'm just going to share with you now, if I was starting out, just a little good way to get going with having no resources and how you would just start snowballing that money. And so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go zero damn easy. It's their only option in terms of operators. I'm going to suggest you go with D-Wolf. I'm pretty sure that's one of the default ones because we need an operator where you can kill the bots without drawing attention to yourself, because the name of the game to start with, unless you're just having a bit of fun, engaging operators for the fun of it, if you want to be looting and making money, particularly as a solo, then you're going to be wanting to be stealthy and be unseen. So D-Wolf, also Stinger, these are two of the early ones you can use where we can use our smoke grenade to help us remain stealthy. And then I would be working towards getting Hacklaw or Luna unlocked. I'm going to go with D-Wolf to recreate what it would be like for you on your first raid potentially. We're going to go to Loadout, gear set, and then you're going to get 10 recruit tickets. You get these charged up for nothing, and this is just free equipment to go into the game and practice. Right, I'm going to go out of these. If there was a car 15, I'd go for the car 15, because that gives the best versatility. You can pay $2,000 to refresh these, but I'm going to pretend you've got no money. I'm just going to pick the Uzi, I think. Start. Right, so we're just going to do a solo, easy, zero down run with a recruit ticket. No risk whatsoever, base operators, and I'm just going to demonstrate how I would go about a raid, really, without being seen, without getting engaged, unless I absolutely have to. So this is going to be a bit of a hot drop. I probably don't want to go there. There's likely to be a team of 3 take that on from somewhere. I'm going to head here, and then head to substation and loot this. Yeah, seems like you might be thinking, oh, that's good. Just getting started, we want to avoid any sort of confrontation, especially on a recruit gear ticket. Perfect opportunity to just try things out, test. But what we're going to use it for is sort of snowball our money a little bit to get a couple of $100,000 together, because the aim for you should be to start building up to like your first couple of $100,000, maybe your first million. And from there, you can start building money a lot quicker. Right. I mean, we'll take that. As a beginner, we'll take that. I'm going to go to this little village on the left. I've got grey ammo, right? I'm going to tell you right now, grey ammo is not worth anything. Like, you are not going to kill anybody with it. Basically, full stop. It's going to be near on impossible. You're going to have to catch somebody unaware, and even then they still might turn on you. So my recommendation is just don't fight people with grey ammo, quite simply. Right, we're going to loot this little village. Don't think there's anybody here. It's very quiet. What have we got? Where's that gone? There we go. Some meds. Get something here. More meds. Okay, so if you've got a headache, we're okay. Anything over here? In this box. So the reason I've got blues, you want to be looking at blues when you're first starting out. Greens are okay, but definitely anything blue, grab blue items. And go for putting your most valuable things straight into your safe box. You'll have a 2x2 safe box, I think. Straight off the bat. If you buy the battle pass, you get this 2x3 one. Ammo is a good way of... That's a bot, that's fine. Ammo is a good way of making money. This stuff... That's just bots outside. I'm going to... I want this guy's gun. Come here, you. Right, I'm not going to take that gun because it's got an uncommon ammo type. I'm going to stick with guns that use 9x19 and 5.6x45. We're going to get rid of these.
All units, airdrops have been deployed all around
As
the map.
mentioned, grey ammo won't do anything. So if I need to fight, I'm going to choose this gun now. I'm going to stick it in single fire because burst is useless. Right, so as you can see, you can hear the shooting going on over there. That might be the bots that have come in because there's an event going on at the minute. But I chose to come up here the quiet way, avoiding the hotspot. I'm now going to come over to here. I'm going to sort of listen for what's going on. I'm using an operator that doesn't have any recon abilities. So I'm going to have to use my actual ears rather than sort of my gadgets and equipment just to figure out if there are people here. I'm going to go to minor first. This is minor substation. That's major substation. I'm going to go to minor substation because people are generally less interested in it. And there's a little safe. Okay, so that's a special event. Again, that's the... that's... Where have you gone? Nothing good. Always loot the bots. Always worth it. I'm going to go up here because there's a mini safe. But then we're going to head over there because there's that rocket there. Mini safe. It took me far too long to discover that there's a mini safe here. I mean, we'll put that in there. I think that's worth a little bit more. So we're going to put these in a safe. I'm probably going to go rush over. No, I'm not going to rush. Yeah, we're going to go do the rocket and then we'll come back loot this way. Again, I mean, that's a good one. Right, so at this point we can get rid of this, put that in there. Or put your most valuable item in your loot box. Right, I'm going to be dead cautious now. Like I said, I need this gun out. If I see people... if I see people, I'm getting out of there. Right, I need to be aware of the Rocketeer on the roof. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Where's that rocket? I don't really want to shoot, but I'm going to have to because this Rocketeer is going to be an issue. I need to switch that to single mode. Where was this rocket? I'm imagining it. I thought there was a rocket. Come here, you. Right, we'll go back this way. I swear a rocket dropped. Right, we're going to do this dead quick and then get out of the way. What we've got to be aware, anything high value, teams and geared players are going to be pushing for it, and we are absolutely bottom of the food chain. So I'm literally going to nick this and run. I'm going to go this way to break the line of sight if people are coming for admin for that rocket. That re-entry capsule, whatever you want to call it. Do this little container here. And we're getting close to having a full stash. If that's a side black card. It is. Right, so this will get us entry into any locked room. So we've got a couple of options now. In fact, I know exactly what we're going to do. We're going to go to... You'll learn these rooms as you go through. But essentially, this black card will get you entry to any of these locked rooms. I'm not going to use that one because that's generally terrible loot in there. And this is just something you're going to have to learn as you play. I'm going to go to major substation here. And there's one in there, and that generally has pretty decent loot in it. Right, just remembering, I'm not looking to take people on. I don't mind killing the bots, if I need to. Not killing bots is even better than killing them. Right, there's a shield bearer in there. You're just going to learn some of this stuff by playing the game. I know that's a shield bearer. Spawns there every time. Just like that rocket soldier up on the roof there. He spawns there every time. Rocket soldier's really bad news. Really high damage. Right. I'm just going to creep around here. Dead quiet. Blue one, that's a good one. Certainly is a beginner. Right, I'm going to get rid of this shield bearer first. Melee is the way to go. Creep up. They're not very smart. Go for the legs. And then if he's got armor, I can nick his armor. I won't have damaged his armor. What's he got? So no, it's just green again. What you could do is you could swap it. If it's a similar value, you could swap it over, because then this bound armor will be replaced by non-bound armor. And then you can sell it. I'm going to swap my bison, because I just prefer the bison. I just wasn't expecting somebody to be walking that pedestrian. I thought that was a bot. Only bots walk like that. But no, it was Mr. I like touching myself 13. Unbelievable. Right, folks, we're going to go again. I'm not ditching that first run, but as you can see, we did make some profit off it because we got some stuff in the safe, in the old safe box. I'm going to keep that. These things, that's handy. That I'm going to stash. This can sell. Let's get rid. That's useless. That can only be sold. You can't use it. Cool. Right, we'll go again. Loadout. Gear set. It keeps giving me this. I really want a car 15, but I prefer the Bison over the Uzi. But anyway, let's go. Made a little bit of profit off that stuff we'd put in the safe box, because once you've got that, it's safe. We're going to go again. It's day one of console. People are playing different, and I need to start adjusting to this. The guy who just killed me was moving very, very slow. Like, not cagey, not discreet. Like, I thought they were a bot. I 100% thought they were a bot. If I thought it was a person, I wouldn't have stayed looting. Right. Same sort of thing. So we've covered a few things off. We're not going for hot drops. We're gonna avoid admin. Total hot drop. I'm gonna loot through major substation, and probably go through cement, and we'll see where we're at there. It'll probably be late game by then, and either we'll extract with what we've got if the backpack's full, or we might do one contract and then extract. We're not going to do contracts at the start because they are going to attract attention. All the contracts make noise, and making noise is bad, especially as a solo beginner. Right, I'm going to go in the other door, because then the Rocketeer, I can get in without the Rocketeer having to see me. Give me your stuff. Car 15, nice. I'm just going to drop some of this. I'll like. Let's get this guy. Ah. Okay, it's getting it's a bit noisier than last time, which is not ideal. So we got a blue helmet out of it. We'll stick the muzzle on there. We'll take these, some meds. What that'll do is, do you know what? I am going to take that, and then if I make it out of it, I can sell it. Right, car 15 is not a bad gun. Not a bad starter gun. Right, I'm going to loot this building. I need to heal. I heard metal there, that's a bit weird. I think that's all bots outside, but don't take anything for granted. This would be a Saeed black card, which we've talked about. Yeah, that's the bot. That's fine. As long as I'm creeping around, he's probably not going to see me. So you would take something like that. Single slot green. But I'm not going to bother. Take this in case it's got some better ammo. No. Any goodies? You do get random goodies on troops. My advice would just be loot everything. Certainly at the start, loot absolutely everything. You probably want to be concentrating on maybe greens. I need to be quick here. Get the fried noodles. Because the Rocketeer's there. Good thing here is if I can not kill him, people think there's nobody here. Right, servers are a good one. There we go. Purple. That's nice. Purple's your pretty good scenario as a beginner.
All units, airdrops have been deployed all around.
Probably don't
the
bother
map.
with silvers.
Search for items needed for the operation.
Probably don't bother with silvers. Maybe pick up some greens. Anything blue, but certainly anything. Did I loot this? I did. Okay, mad. Yeah, anything blue or above. Purple is above blue. Then you've got gold, and then you've got red. Anything red or gold, straight away get it in the purse. Get it in the safe down here. Do you know what? In fact, so I'm going to do that straight away. Take this. Right, we're going to get that one loaded. Get that loaded with green. There we go. Oh, I've just realised I've got my black card. So what we can do with the black card, I mentioned it last game, didn't I? Before I got blitzed. This building has got the decent... It's this room here. So the best room is in admin, but as I mentioned, admin's a super hot drop. So the only time you're going to go admin really, unless you just want to get involved in a fight, is super late game. If you're trying to not be seen, not getting a gunfight, then we'll do admin only late game. Oops, crikey. Right, we're hoping to get... We might get some golds out of this room. Yep. Straight into the safe. There we go. Big profit already. So for you, if you've got a 2x2, that's what you'd do. Highest value, 22 grand. That says 13, but it doesn't... I just know from experience when you go to auction, it doesn't trade that high. I've got room to fit it in, but... And then these are 62, 58. So you're looking in the region of 120, 140 grand profit. Plus whatever we find in these. Might get another radar jammer. Blue relay, couple of blues. They're worth about 8-10 grand each. Spy pen. What's the value of that? 23. There you go. Not going to bother with the green. Might get a key card in here. Purple. Right, so straight off the bat, by finding that Saeed key card and coming to this room, we have found a nice bit of profit. And now this is safe. That's not going anywhere. I think that's a bot. But like I say, I'm going to be a little bit more cautious today. After my early experiences. Right, where to go next? We'll go through here.
All units, airdrops have been deployed all around the map.
And over to cement.
Search for items needed
Right,
for
what
the
I'd like to
operation.
do is I'd like to get outside to see. I'm just going to break line of sight with the rocket trooper. I did want to get outside to see where that space capsule was coming in. Right, I'm going to do the cement truck. Be aware, do the cement truck. Makes a noise. If there's anybody nearby, it will make noise. Fortunately, we're a little bit in the middle of nowhere here. So unless... Please don't shoot a rocket. No good. See, the Rocketeer was just eyeing me up. We got out of there. That meant he didn't shoot the rocket. If he was to get that rocket off, probably wasn't going to hit me from there. But what it does do is it attracts a lot of attention. Oh my days, that just sort of... That's a stroke of luck, isn't it? Get this done nice and quick. Blue. Nice. Get that swapped over for the least valuable item. There you go. Maximise the most value in your loot in your safe box. Right, what that might do now is that might attract people over here. So I don't want to linger around here too long. So I'm going to do the mini safe and then I'm going to get out of it. Mini safe up in this room. Every game. Might have some good stuff. Might not. And nice. Purple. But easy mode. That horn. Good little thing. Storage box. Greens, not bothering with the greens. Like I say, you take your time, pick the greens, and you know, take the time to sort of manage your inventory. Swap some greens out for blues as you find more blues or better. Here's a cheeky little one that you probably won't know about when you first start. Entering this minefield. Got to make sure you stay this side of the signs. If you go behind this sign, then guess what's going to happen? Yeah, you're going to walk into a mine. So as long as you're never looking at the back. So don't want to be close. Don't want to go in this area here where you're behind the sign. As long as you're outside of the signs. And then there's 2 birds' nests in this minefield. One here. And then there's a little walk through here. As you can see, I can see the fronts of the signs. Not the backs of the signs. Oh. Right, that was a silenced gunfire. I need to do this quick and get out of it. Right. Fronts of the signs. Uh-oh. Right, I think that was that side, so I need to go this way now. They might be going for that back extract. This does present a risk for us. We are not kitted for taking on human players. I need to get my long range option out. So the Car 15 has longer range. I'm not in a building. I need something a bit more range. Bison won't cut the mustard. I think somebody might have literally just gone down that side there. Always keep flipping your head around. Another bird's nest here. Just a little drum, not really worth much. Anything in here worth looting? No. Right, while I'm in cover now, I'm going to figure out my next move. So this is a paid extract. You need to do a contract to get that. Like I say, you can do contracts, but only do them at the end. I'm not looking to do any contracts early on. It is likely to attract attention. It's a recruit gear ticket. It's low risk. What I'll say is, if you've not got much loot, or what loot you've got is safe from loss, then, you know, take the gamble. Take a contract on if you want. But what I would just balance is, if you've got loads of golds out in here or whatever, taking a contract on, you are likely to attract attention and maybe get into a gunfight and lose what you've got. Each one of these contracts, what we're talking here, 10 grand for that one, reward 10 grand. That means you could then use this extract. What I'm going to do is I'm going to loot through cement. I'm going to see if there's decent guns here. I'm expecting this has been looted, but I'm just going to loot cement through barracks and then might do my mission. I've got ages left, you see. What I could do with what I've got, in all honesty, is I could just go here and extract right now. With what I've got in the safe box in here and a gun to sell, could absolutely just extract. But for what I've got, I'm not too fussed if I was to die right now. So I'm going to head over to cement and see if we can do some looting at cement. So somebody has been here. No, they haven't. I thought that box was open. Anything in here? A few items. That's not bad. That's worth like 25 grand. We'll swap that over with the jammer. No, it says 20, but it's 25 to buy. Might be 25 in the auction, is what I'm thinking. Ammo box. Gotta be quick. Don't spend all day staring at these. Because, go away, because you'll have somebody just stumble up on the road and blitz you. Time to death is so quick in this game. Right, there is an alligator or a crocodile that lives down in the waters, so be careful of that. It will mince you. 41 grand. I've got a bit of a decision to make now. I'm going to take the encrypted router because you can trade that in for some good stuff at the minute. Relay's worth more than that, I think. Gunpowder, probably not that good. I'm going to take that. I'm going to keep these. This is limited time mode thing, the treasure map. That's just part of the mode that's going on at the minute. You might not see that, depending on when you first start playing. We've got a little box down here. There's normally here to loot. No? Is that just on normal? Maybe they only have the alligator on normal then. There's normally a box down there and you hear flies buzzing around it. It's where the alligators killed somebody. Right, we're just creeping around. Should we do the bird's nest? Nobody's done this at all. What we do need to be aware of is just attracting attention. Here we go. We've got the squawking bird's nest. If you hear rats, swap that over. If you hear rats is a little sewer hole cover, and that's a different kind of stash. These travel bags are good ways of getting black keycards sometimes, so that's why I'm going to bother with these. Yeah, I'm going to trade that for that. There we go. Going to do this building and then head to cement. So I'm still just trying to skulk around on the outside, staying unseen, not attracting attention to ourselves. That, like, for you, that's a good one, 20 grand. But the way I'm thinking of it is it's 20 grand for 4 slots. That's only like 5 grand a slot. These are, when you actually come to sell them, they're in the range of like 8 to 10 grand each. You know, so we're talking like 32 grand for 4 of these. That's only 20 grand. So unless you need that LCD screen for a challenge, or you've got space in a backpack, then give that a miss. You can always pick it up and drop it when you find something better. I'm pretty full already, so I don't need to worry about it. Again, same with paint. 21 grand for a 4 slot item. You might need paint later on for some of your collector missions, but that's a different story for a different day. You don't need to worry about it today. Right, what I'm going to do is just slowly skulk my way up to... Okay, so that's interesting. I don't think anybody's been here. Right, it was worth taking that one shot. While I was at that side there, that means my range to anyone else is going to be a little bit further away. And I don't need to worry about the sound travelling all across the map quite so much. Yeah, nobody's been up here. So, always 2 weapons cases in the middle of cement. Even if there's no boxes, it's always 2 weapons cases. Bison, that's just a plain bison. If you're not sure, go to view backpack and you can just click on it and it shows you if it's got attachments. Sometimes you might want to nick the gun, but you might want to nick the attachments. And then an AKS. Again, just a bog standard one, so we're not bothered about that. Pretty mediocre. We weren't expecting anything great. There was no, you know, like loot containers up here. Right, I've got a bot with me now. Is he going to have some better ammo? No. Rubbish. Pretty mild. Metal footsteps. I think that's a bot. Right, I think I'm going to go through admin. I'm going to get my contract done. I'm going to go through admin and then I might do the elevator. It's been a very quiet game. It's a bit weird. For you at this point, I would consider just going down here for your extract. You can go to this one. Turns on and off sort of randomly. I would consider doing that because I'm pretty full. I'm pretty full. What I might do is I might just fast forward. I might just fast forward some of this raid. Because you get the gist now from this one. What I would do is I would, you know, you just extract. I'm gonna, like I say, I'm gonna go to admin because I'm gonna get my mission done. Oh, this is the sewer drain cover with the little rats You need to hear the little rats. Some of them aren't openable. Some of them aren't stashes. I feel like I heard footsteps in here. The cement mixer. I'm going to do this safe, you know. I was leaning out the way then. Run around the back. Ah! How's nobody got green? Oh, there we go. If it was green, if there's green ammo in here, then you know it's got green ammo in the gun. And I'm just going to swap those over. Swap the muzzle over. There we go. Take the green, and it's going to immediately reload. So somebody has been here. Well, this could have been the bots killing each other. Purple helmet, defo, better shield. Right, I think this is bots that were shooting each other. Because of the fact that that's not been looted. Although this has been looted. So no, it wasn't bots. I'm talking rubbish. Right, I'm just going to check the safe. I suspect it's been done, but we'll check it. And then we've got 11 minutes to get out of here. Totally suspect. Yeah, this has all been done. Right, these are operator. So this is good gear. Right, I'm going to take the chest rig. Everything transfers over. I'm going to take that, you know, and just take the gamble that I'm not going to run into anybody. This is worth, for me, that's worth nicking. In fact, I can do this. Take the player, relay. Put that in there. And what's this one? Basic gear. Purple, blue backpack. So that's even better. A little bit more room. Not much room. Only one more square. Double check. So I can take that now. Right. Yeah, this has been done. Yeah. Right, I'm going to go to admin. It's a bit weird how quiet it's been. We go to admin to get my contract done. My mission. This thing. I can do it on the way out though. Go through admin. Like I say, do this late game. Don't go early. Because all the geared up sweats will go there. You will get in a gunfight. You will probably die. Hopefully just bots. Yeah. Keep my long range gun out. So I've got blue armor, green ammo in both guns now, which is good. But I still need to be wary of which has the long range, or the correct range. In a building, SMG. Outside of a building, AR. Okay, this could be good. Nice. Take that. What's the value of that? 9. That's fine. Go away. So I'm getting to the point where I'm pretty full. Okay. So there is shooting going on. Kind of don't trust that I'm not going to encounter people in admin, you know. So I'm tempted to just give admin a miss. I'm going to swap that over because I know I need it for manufacturing. I'm going to make the call now. I heard that machine gun fire. I'm going to give admin a miss. I'm going to go and get my thing, and then I'm just going to do... Aye. I'm going to get my item, and then I'm going to get out of it. I need to watch that window. I'm not going to loot that, because there could be somebody... Go away. There could be somebody peering at that window. Right, I need to drop something for this, probably. Yeah, we're just going to drop these. That's attracting a lot of attention. Nice. I think that's a bot. It is. Right, we've got the really unfortunate position now that I've got this optic for 110 grand. Yeah, I'm going to leave it on that. Oh, Right. But you can't stash... You can't stash any weapons or weapon attachments in your safe box. Get the heal on the go. Right, I need to be aware that my body armor is completely done. I took the purple body armor, didn't I? That had no energy. Because I know I'm going to be able to repair it. Right, I'm just doing the long run round now. I'm just going here. I've got 5.5 minutes. That's plenty of time. I just can't afford to get hit now. With no armor, I'm dead. I'm a dead dodo. Dead as a dodo. That's green, that drill. I'm just letting my stamina recharge while I'm in here, so then I can sprint while I'm outside again. In fact, what I have got is I've got D-Wolf, so I can use my special ability. So, perfect. We've not got the stealth of some of the other characters, but we have got is this exo suit. So I'm going to go for that now. As soon as I get to the... Oh, nice. That's a good one for me. As soon as I get to the threshold of this gate here, we're going. Right. Here we go. Double ammo. Overload mode. I did hear footsteps. I don't know if that's bots or if that's people skulking around. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get close to this wall, and then if they peer at me from distance, I've broken the line of sight. I think that's bots in there. That's fine. Just be thinking about cover, thinking about breaking that line of sight. There's a bird's nest in here somewhere. I probably shouldn't be doing this, because I've got that £120,000 sight attachment and I've got no ammo. So if that was a person there, they legit could have just beamed me from there. But we're good. We're good. I assume there's nobody camping. I shouldn't assume. Just keep my eye on the swivels. Sometimes it's easier just to make the sprint for it. There we go. Extracting. And that, as an easy raid, is a lovely little raid there. It should be quite profitable. Not had to take on any human operators, only taking on bots. Total recruit ticket, no money spent whatsoever. So anything we come out of there with is pure profit. And we completed one of our missions as well, which will earn us an extra little bit of mission or some free loot or something. 722 grand. There you go. Let's have a little look. So we got the, more importantly almost, is we've now got purple armor, which you've got two options with. In fact, it's low durability, so you're not going to be able to sell it. But this means now you're going to be kitted with purple armor for your next raid, potentially, if that's what you want to do, or stash it for another time. Again, we're still pretending we're a beginner, but that could have been your very first raid, and you made 700 grand it was. But I'm just going to sell all this gear, because I don't need this. We'll sell it. This is how much is available. It's a big column there, so there's lots of music boxes available at that price. I'm selling it a little bit cheaper, undercutting my competitors. Should sell, no dramas. Sell, in fact, no, I'm going to keep that. I've got it starred. I need that for crafting something, so I'm just going to put that away. Cryptex is just a sellable item or a collector item for one of the missions. 1.5 grand in it. You can just sell it straight away, or you can put it in the auction house if you've got the slots. We're only going to make, there's only 1.5 grand in it, but I've got lots of auction house slots available at the minute, so I'm going to flog it again. We've got the big column there, only 29 available at this price, so I'm going to list it there, nice and cheap. That should sell, no dramas. Sell. Again, 4 grand profit that time. 4 grand difference, sorry. I'm going to stash that, I might need that. Let's just flog these. I'm just going to do this for ease, just to make this quick. What I'm not going to do is I'm not going to sell that by accident. What equip? Sell. No, we'll just sell it. We'll get rid of it nice and quick. Do you know what? Although it's expensive, it was a horrible site. Clean site picture, kind of. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. Yeah, we're going to sell that. List. Because there's a fairly even spread, I'm going to drop my price a little bit. There we go. And now, for the sake of 5 grand, I'm going to guarantee mine's going to be the first one to sell. If it sells. If somebody's buying that in the auction house. If some nutter wants to give that a try. Just for an example, it's a 1.5 grand difference in it, but that's got a big column there at the cheapest, so it's just not worth bothering with. I'm just going to sell it at the lower price and just not have it festering in my auction house, taking up an auction slot. Grey ammo, just sell it. I've gone through, sold a load of stuff. As you can see, I've emptied out all my stash, safe box, everything. We're back to 0. This was the body armor that was chalked. I've repaired it, and I'm now going to make a tiny little profit on this. Expected to make about 62 grand. It did cost me 20 grand, so 40 grand. 40 grand profit. So that's that off into the auction. Good. All those things that I've just sold are all starting to come back in now, making me a profit. Here we go. That's an idea of the kind of money I'm making by the selling the stuff that I'm stealing, or looting rather. There's that vest gone. Easy as that. 63 grand. Easy 63 grand. Departments, what's going on here? All right, and just like that, we've made our 10 million. We're up to 10 million. Yay. Happy days. And what's our reward for getting to 10 million? It's more money, because that's right, the rich just get richer. Cool. Right, I think it's just a little side mission. I don't think... Oh, we have got another one. Oh my god, so you got to get it at 25 million now. Right, I think I might just not worry about that one too much for now. Cool. We've covered the first sort of steps. That's typically like your first sort of raids I'd expect to be doing to get the ball rolling, starting from absolutely nothing, 0 money, 0 gear to like build anything. You know, nothing. We had a beginner ticket, and assuming you had a 2x2 safe box, that was it. Boshti. Now, once you've sort of built from that a little bit, even just from that one raid, we made 700 grand. You can do what I'm about to now show you. This is like the second sort of phase of being a loot goblin and being profitable. I've only just been doing it this last day or two, but it seems to be working out quite nicely. So what we're going to do is we are going to go for a helmet, chest rig, and a backpack. No body armor, and a pistol. And that's going to cover the main entry value to get us into normal. And then we're going to do the same sort of thing in normal. And we're going to expect to loot a vest while we're in there. Obviously, if you encounter human players before you get one off a bot, like you've absolutely chalked, but you're going in with a pistol, you're pretty chalked anyway. Like I said, the point of this is we're not looking to take on human operators. Right, so departments, get our gear sorted. Supply station, base support battalion, this kind of helmet you want, an MC201. If you've got one of these, even better. You're unlikely to have one. If you collect some of this stuff here, that will give you a bit of money off. Otherwise, quick refill. There we go. Exchange. And you can do that twice a day. Or, we looted one of those in our last raid, didn't we? This one here. And all we need to do is it's down to 12 health out of 34. We just need to repair that. 5 grand. And then that's back up to full health. Obviously, this is a brand new one here. This is the one we've just manufactured. On we go. Chest rig. Department, supply station. Base support. Go to chest rig this time. We're going to go for the big daddy. Dead. Cheap to make. Get a quick refill. 8 grand. Exchange. Bosh. We're going to need a backpack. What I would recommend here is we are going to need to produce a purple backpack, okay? Not the survival tactical backpack, I don't think, because it has the pockets in. We'll go for the GT1 outdoor climbing if you've got that available. Otherwise, go for the D2 tactical climbing bag. Either of these two, or even the field hiking bag. Very good. I'd got this start here. As you can see, I've been collecting those. That is going to save me 30 grand. Instead of having to go buy these from the auction house, I've collected them. That's going to save me a bit of cash, which means this bag is now only going to cost me 26 grand. It will cost you more if you haven't got any of the manufacturing parts, but not an inordinate amount. This whole loadout I'm going to go through now costs in the region of 140 to 150 grand. Exchange, good. Right. Stash, let's get these equipped. Currently, we're sat at 109 grand gear value. So that is things you're wearing and our guns. It doesn't account any other stuff you're carrying, okay? We need to get to 112 grand. So we're pretty much there, but what we are going to do is we're going to get a gun, especially as we're not using Hackclaw. I would normally use Hackclaw. You're going to have D-Wolf because you've not got Hackclaw unlocked yet, potentially. Auction, firearms, pistol. I can't remember what you can access straight at the start. If you can't access the QSZ92G, boy does that just roll off the tongue. This is my recommendation, but my next best choice would be the G19. Can you fit a suppressor on this? Or the M1911 potentially. Desert Eagle's a good one, but the ammo is a bit more expensive and it's a bit more expensive to buy. We're going for this because, as you can see, it's 5 grand for the gun. Cheap as chips. And then what we're going to do is we are going to mod this up to be our little silenced killer. Modify. Muzzle. It's this pistol suppressor we're interested in. Not this one. It looks alright. It's purple. It looks fancy. 70 grand. That must be better. No, we're not bothered. We're not bothered about this. This is purely for killing bots. So it's a little bit slower handling. It's a little bit wonkier aim, but that's not a problem. It's purely for fighting bots. And the reason we want this one, aside from the fact it's 10 grand instead of 70, roughly, if we look here, weak gunshot suppression, that means that the gunshot sound with that fitted carries 210 meters. With this suppressor, it's only 150 meters. Again, I'm going to get tired of saying this, but the most important thing is to remain hidden. It's stealth. That's what we're looking for. Stealth. Loot Goblin Stealthy Raids is the name of what we're talking about today. Right, the barrel for 7 grand or 6 grand is just going to give us that extra bit of range. We're not bothered about control. Ideally, we're looking to kill bots in one shot. For the purposes of you guys, I will keep it real. I probably would normally, for 29 grand, I feel like that's gone up in price a lot. I would normally fit that sight because the kind of money we're going to be making, it just makes it a lot easier to be accurate. But it is totally possible to not bother. So just for you and keeping your costs down, I'm going to be trying to keep this true to life. We've made the entry threshold for Zero Dam normal. With this gear, it's over 119 grand, whatever it was. I've not fitted the sight. We are now good to go into Zero Dam normal. One last thing before we make our horrendous
Zero Dam is full of dangers.
one last thing before we make
Careful.
one last thing before we make our horrendous mistake that obvious. We need to get some meds. Just a vehicle first aid kit will do for 3 grand. Tactical use surgical kit for 9 grand. Very quickly, if you collect DVD drives, you can exchange 2 of those for a quick use surgical kit exchange. There we go. Boshty. So now, in theory, I've picked up 2 of those in my last raid potentially, but otherwise it's just 9 grand to buy. So we've now got a bit of health recovery. If we get a broken limb or a bleed, this is just from bots. We might get a bit of hassle off them. Doing this like once or twice, you probably feel comfortable upgrading using these field first aid kits. They are fairly abundant in normal, so I would recommend that. But maybe to just start with one of these. Super cheap, 3 grand. Final thing, we need some pistol ammo. It's this one here we want, not the rip. 16 grand. And what we're counting on, I'm going to take some green just in case we run out, but I'm expecting to pick some up off bots. Confirm. Right. Loadout. Just to confirm, MC2 on helmet, no vest, a posh purple climbing bag. One, because it's going to allow to pick up more loot while we're looting. And two, it's going to increase that value for the entry cost to get into normal. We've got a large chest rig, but a cheap one to manufacture. We've got a pistol for helping us take out bots nice and silenced and stealthy. Good to go. Zero dam, normal. Finally. I know that was a little bit slow, but there's lots of menus. There's lots of depth into all the crafting and ways you can buy things in this game. And none of that would make any sense if I didn't just, like, go through it. Yeah, I'll put a bookmark in. That's what I can do. Right, we've got an Operation Wall Breaker here. Or not Wall Breaker. But if you get this at this little animation at the start, that means the top of the map is open. Or where the vaults are. Here. So this is all open now. These doors will be open. But our mentality is exactly the same. We are going to remain stealthy, unhidden. We're avoiding admin. We might loot through there at the end. But to start with, I'm going to be very, very cagey here. Because there's no orange box in cement, but it does attract people. Because we're in normal now, it's quite possible we're going to pick up some nice guns off the gantry in the middle. Local rebrewed coffee. Nothing of interest. Right, I'm pretty sure that's just bots. Go. Get his stuff. There we go. Green. We got some green ammo. And we got our first body armor. So we want to use our pistol. If you've got hat claw, then using your knife is always preferred. Is this the side? Right, this is the side with the Rocketeer. The Rocketeer's just here. We need to take the Rocketeer out. I am going to use my pistol. Oh no, they've not spawned. Because I've spawned here, there's no Rocketeer. There you go. We can pick that up for another raid. Don't think I want that. Well, we've got it for a second. Right. Nice. Gold. There you go. Straight off the bat. 172 grand. In the safe. Pretty much quits for this game. Because I've just found you 172 grand processor. I think that's bots down there. There you. I'm just stopping because I thought I saw bullets whiz across my screen. It's more green. What's going on there is part of these bots that drop into the map and they have blue ammo. So we're going to go over there, get the blue off those guys. Want the pistol. Silence, remember folks. Silenced. Right, it's gone a bit quiet. So they've potentially killed each other, or it could mean human players have killed them. I'm just gonna... I might just dodge them all together. I'm gonna knife him because I want to do the cement truck. And also, I want that. I want that. UAV. Kind of not worth it, to be honest. Do you know what? I'm not gonna. No, I am gonna do it. Anything good? No, not really. Right, here we go. Right, I'm now gonna get involved in all this. Going around the back. Am I on single fire? I am now. I'm still gonna use my... Right, that could be humans. If that's humans, I'm ducking out of there. No, they're fighting each other. That's... Yeah, I'm in trouble. That was the machine gunner. So there's a machine gunner and a shield bearer.
All units, airdrops have been deployed
And the key bit is to get close enough to knife them. My armor's short now. There we go. Let's get the shield bearer as well. There was a shield bearer. I think somebody's had him. Right, here's where we get our blue ammo. We've got our purple. There we go, we can get rid of all this now. We're upgrading to blue. Got blue in there. Take that. Take that. Unload, because as we've said, if they've got whatever category ammo they got there, they will have in the gun as well. Right, where was that? Was that in cement? I think that was in cement. If you had hat claw, I could knife that out. There we go, even better. Oh, nice. That'll do. Well, that's good. Ah, it's all right. Do I take that? I think I'm going to take that, you know. There's one more box. These are the posher boxes. You get these on that's full. Unload. Here we go. Right, not bothered about the gun. It's not got any attachments, no. We're looking nice. Get this guy knifed quick. Right, I'm gonna go check out cement and see if the see if that space capsule dropped in cement. I don't think it did. I think it would have been behind cement. Would have been better if I had my eyes out watching. Okay, somebody at the far side of cement. I'm gonna dip. Right, and that's just the way it is. You know, our kit cost about 150 grand, and we've made a profit off that processor. And in normal, that is as easy as to die. One more. I'm going to just do one more raid now. Again, same deal. Right, same mentality. Again, consistent. I just don't really like Visitor Centre. There's likely to be a team spawning around the other side of it. I want to start somewhere quieter. So although there's no like high value item indicator there, I'm going to go here first and go through miner. I'm going to go here, maybe loot there if I can, if there's not another team gone for it. I'm going to kill this bot straight off the bat. Get his gear. I mean, I would have liked to, but he's run away. That's a shame. We'll get some looting done. There we go. Surgical kit, that's worth 17 grand. Two of them. Or 22 grand. Bit of cash in the bank. Always nice to get a bit of cash banked. That's not really worth very much at all. Blue, I'm probably not going to bother. That I'm going to keep. I mean, I would keep it anyway, but that I'm going to stash, I mean. That's a person, I've had it. Hopefully it's a bot. Good. Get their body armor. Take that. Another bot. If they come here, I'm going to knife them. because I can get their bison. Oops. Green ammo, not really worth bothering with. Right, the one thing I'll say is the special event where you get the blue ammo, they drop here and here. So I'm just going to have to make do with the kind of the green ammo to start. Right, I'm going to go to miner substation. Get this done. Gold? Gold? Side black card. Okay. Not bad, not bad. As we talked about, there's really good spots in admin to use it, or I can be a bit more cautious. I'm going to have this out here, just in case there's human players. And now because this is normal, I am just being a little bit more cautious with my sort of movements. And again, the high value loot in there. Don't think there's going to be of anything of value here. No. We'll do the safe, and then we're going to head to major. Stealth being the name of the game. Right, because we're normal, could be something nice in here. Yep. There you go, 62 grand. Just need to be wary of people peeking that window.
Airdrops have been deployed all around the map.
I don't know all this. Shush, announcer. I don't.
Airdrops have been deployed all around the map. Proceed to search
I heard you,
for
mate.
items needed for the operation.
Right, where is that? Would quite like. I think that's a bot down to my left. Right, that's going up to the other end. I think that might actually drop in admin, which is fine. That could have something really tasty in it. That could genuinely have some red items in. But given that is in the yard of admin, I'm not bothering with that. Yeah, we'll let other people get that. Right, what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to loot that. Because then if somebody walks in... I think this is all bots. Is there a shield bearer down here? Uh-oh. Might be in trouble there. Might be in trouble. Oh! Damn. Purple. Unload. There you go. Take the attachments. Already had one of those. Take these. Get the... Where's the safe? I'm going mad. Where's this?
High value items here.
Is it? Oh my word, there's a safe downstairs. I'm not doing a very good job of remaining stealthy here. Where's this safe? I'm not even joking. Get the heal on and go. I'm having a terrible game here. I mean, oh, it's not. It's a flipping computer. 8, 4, 3. And all for a blue flipping memory card. I think that's a bot. There's people nearby. Right, what's the play? I've been there. I've done this. I've done that. I've got a bit of money stashed. My options are now I think it is to go to admin. I just feel like it's too early. I've been a bit quick. I could either creep round this way to cement and check cement out. Cement's likely to have been done because of that. Or I can go to admin, sort of take my time about it, and maybe pick up some, loot some dead bodies. I think that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. Just be aware of that rocketeer. Don't want to be seen. Too late. Right. It's like mid-game, 16 minutes in. Need to be thinking about where other teams are going to be transiting. So anybody at admin, essentially if you start that side of the map, you come over here. If you start that side of the map, you go over there. You have the extract points, the opposite sides. And then you'll learn that there's a pull switch you can press in admin that lets you creep out the back of the dam there. But nobody has pulled that, interestingly. There's a couple here. I think I just want to creep past them all together. Rather than being seen, I'd rather just not attract any noise whatsoever. That's been done. Somebody's been through here. This is almost... Yeah, that little panel there open means that's been done. Just double check it. Yeah. This has all been done. What I might do... Yeah, the weapons crate's been done at the top. That's normally a good one. Weapons crate's not normally too lucrative on regular, but on normal you can find some good gear. Just need to be wary. Right. Now I need to be in stealth mode. Shooting going on at the back there. Might be people doing a vaults. I can't take operators on. I have got purple now. I have got a blue helmet, but I'm only on blue ammo. It's useless. So I'm going to fight only if I need to. I'm just going to creep round. Like a little rat. Literally just pick up stuff they've not picked up. In theory. I'm going to be real with you here. This is very risky. I can hear there's still people here. They've gone upstairs. They don't know I'm here, so that's good. It's very likely like that, like the armor people are going to have. My my blue ammo is just going to do nothing. Thing is, I've got my side black card. I'm going to see if I can get upstairs and use that, and if I can't, I'm going to go back to substation and use it there. Right, that's good. That works for me. That means, hopefully, they're in that building there. They're now looking to get out of here. There's a room with needs a side black card to get into it. And it's highly lucrative. If I can't do that, nice. See there? Stuff like that. People don't loot as thoroughly in normal. The lower down you are in a food chain, that's outside, the easier it is to find loot that you consider valuable. So other people will just leave it. You're early on, like, you're happy with blue loot. All right, here we go, quid's in. This hasn't been done. This absolutely filled to the brim with loot. Okay, so it paid off. Here we go. We go straight to the safe. Straight to the safe. Hopefully that's just bots. Here we go. And this is going to make us quids in. Easy. Easy. Whatever we get out of the whole of this room. There you go. Gold. This would probably be a purple in here. 5, 7, 4. There you go. Another. You'd probably get the crystal things out of these briefcases. A medal. There you go. Right, so at this point, my, nope. No, definitely don't do that. There we go. Yeah, at that point, the surgical kit, the value of that is not enough to justify keeping it in the safe compared to the stuff I'm picking up. Maybe another gold, maybe a red. Gold. 2 golds. Lovely. There goes. I've got my settings set up, so they go straight in there. What's that? Cheap charm. 10 minutes. I need to just keep down the time. When it gets to about 5 minutes is when I need to be pushing on back. So whatever happens now, this is it. Like I'm talking about, this is the kind of threshold I'm talking about. Because we've got this stuff stashed here. You can absolutely play this game for free. I personally think £5 for the battle pass, purely to get this safe, just makes the game more enjoyable.
Dam is negative. Find another way out.
And I'll take it. In case I get an Uzi, but I'm not planning on it. Right. Yeah, I'm just going to go through the rest of admin now, down through cement, hoping to not encounter anybody, but to be honest, if I do, it doesn't really matter. Right, if I had Hat Claw now, I would absolutely do a little check. Right, there you go. I would do a little check for human operators. And the reason I like Hat Claw is that means you can just loot fast. I'm not bothered about bots. We've got our pistol. Right, it's almost like there's not been any people here. Not seeing any human crates around, like there's not been a gunfight. It sounded like there was a gunfight. Oh, there you go, another one. Just worth it. Why have I got 9? Oh, I picked it up, didn't I? What are these? 81. Yeah. There we go. We might as well get purple in here. So we're now equipped for a gunfight. If we need one. We're kitted out for a fight. I'm just going to have a little look around for a crate. Like human player crates, rather. Because they will have the valuable guns in. Ah, fuck. Didn't want to be making that noise. He's got a posh helmet on. But it's not actually much good. Right. What's going to do? That's got a... I'll get that on here. I'll just... That's fine. We'll just go... Right, we're going to go through cement. We'll do the little... We will do a little scroot through cement. I'm fully expecting it to be done. Right. I've got a bit of space. So what we could do is we could do the HVT elimination. I was just about to say, it all depends on how much you value what you've got outside of your loot stash. As it happens, I'm not that bothered. I didn't have any fancy guns. That was because that bot took a shot. Is he like... So still 419 grand. But a bit more sneaky. I was probably trying to rush through that a little bit. But you get the idea. You've seen the loadout. All that off 150 grand worth of kit. So I hope this has been helpful. If you're new in the game, I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am. It's early days now with the console integration. Let's hope it sort of invigorates some life in terms of the queue times for the maps. And maybe I'll see you out there. Bye bye.